Hello, I'm Aaron Marino from Alpha M Image Consulting. So a while back I did a video on men's accessories, but I got to thinking, I'm like, accessories is a very general and broad term. I mean, that could mean a cool ring. Accessories could mean a cool pair of glasses. Accessories could mean a great belt buckle. But today I wanted to narrow it down a little bit. So today's video, we're talking about men's jewelry. In my opinion, jewelry comes in two different categories. You have dress jewelry, which is made entirely of metal, and then you have casual jewelry, which is made of pretty much anything. You can have metal, you can have wood, you can have plastic, rubber, fabric, twine, hemp, it doesn't matter. Pretty much if it grows or is manufactured, you can make it into jewelry. These are the two categories of jewelry that we're going to talk about today. Alright, example. This watch, I would consider this dress jewelry. It's made entirely of metal. And don't email me, it's got glass. I know it's got glass. Casual jewelry. Something like this rosary that I'm wearing. You've got wood beads, you've got metal beads. It's a mix of metal and wood. So this I would consider casual. Now, think of it like this. You've got dress shoes on, you've got casual belts. They're going to be different. You don't want to mix the two together. So if I've got a dress watch on, I don't necessarily want to be wearing a bunch of casual stuff like this rosary or maybe this bracelet. It's leather and looks like lead. It's probably not made of lead. But you don't want to mix the two. It looks a little bit awkward. So you've got a great pair of dress shoes on with a high shine. You don't want to wear a casual distressed belt. It just doesn't look right. Same sort of thing goes for men's jewelry. Keep the dress to dress, keep the casual to casual. Don't blend the two together. Alright, next let's talk about metals. You've got gold, you've got silver. Now I know that you've got platinum and titanium and tungsten. And dude, for this video, it's either silver or it's gold. Simple. You don't want to blend the two together. So if you're wearing a silver watch, you do not want your gold ring on. That is a fact. And who wears gold anymore? It's so 1985. And some of you are like, Aaron, I've got a watch and it's two-tone. It's silver and gold. What do I do? Well, you, my friend, are the lucky one because you can wear gold and silver because your watch is pretty much giving you the green light. Personally, I would get a new watch that's all either gold or silver. All silver, but that's just me. But it's up to you. Okay, so we got that out of the way. You've got dress jewelry, you've got casual jewelry. Don't blend the two. You've got gold, you've got silver. Don't blend the two. So let's now talk about the different jewelry options for men. We're going to start with rings. Rings. So truth be told, I'm a huge fan of men's rings. Now not just any men's ring. I'm not talking a simple silver band. That's kind of boring. I'm talking about a ring that's something interesting, something dynamic, that when somebody sees it, they're like, hey, that's a cool ring. And generally, I like to have some sort of story behind the ring. To give you an example, one of my all-time favorite rings that I've ever bought was this one. And the story behind it is it's got some wood in there, it's got onyx in there, silver. I got this when I was in Los Angeles when I went out to film Fear Factor. I was in Los Angeles, I was in the airport, there was a jewelry store, I went in to look, I saw this really cool men's ring, and I was like, damn, I need to have that, and it's a great story. Well, I wore this ring until I got married, and then I wear this ring. This wasn't technically my wedding band, but I didn't really like my wedding band, so I went out and bought a $20 ring, a little bit chunky, a little bit more masculine, something a little bit more interesting. It's just a ring, I'm married, it's on the right hand. So once I started wearing this ring, I stopped wearing this ring. Reason being is that, in my personal opinion, a guy should only wear one ring. I see a lot of guys, typically young guys or older guys that are trying to be young, that think it's cool to have like two rings on one hand. It's not, in my opinion. One ring, one hand. So, if you're not married, I would say go with the right hand. What finger should you wear that ring on? I would say your ring finger. I think it looks incredibly douchey for a guy to have a pinky ring on, even if it is your grandfather Angelo's. Nothing says Italian like a gold pinky ring with a ruby and diamond chip. And some guys are out there right now going, dude, I got two, a pinky and an index finger ring. I'm badass. You're not badass, you're a douche. but not as big a douche as the guy wearing it on his thumb. Guys, if you're gonna wear a ring, wear one, wear it on your ring finger. That's it. Next up, bracelets. So at different times, different bracelets are very popular. When I was growing up, we had jelly bracelets, and then we had these cool little string bracelets that you would weave together and make little knots. You'd give your friends, and they'd give them to you, and you'd have like 12 going up your arm, and they were awesome. Then a few years ago, everybody was living strong. And then everybody started making these dumb things, and you're like, hey, I'm Bob's Big Boys. And you're like, really? Cool. And today, everybody's killing the silly bands, and you're like, God, these are so cool, I'll wear it forever because it's a pickle. No, seriously, this one's a pickle. Or a green schlong. They lied on the package. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, this is the schlong. I don't know how I got them. Remember charm bracelets? They were popular. Another bracelet of mine, leather and lead. I don't think it's lead, but God, it looks like. There are a ton of options when it comes to things you wear on your wrist these days. And I say if it's something that you're interested in or you see one that you really like, I say go for it, get it, wear it. But don't go crazy. Don't get them on both wrists. Don't wear 12 on one wrist. I know that there are those guys that wear a ton of bracelets and you're like, it's kind of their thing. And if you're that guy, then go for it. But for you guys, I'd say wear one bracelet, maybe two on one wrist. Next up, let's talk about watches. Watches, in my opinion, are sort of becoming the lost accessory. A lot of guys are not wearing watches anymore. Years ago, before cell phones, every guy you would see have a watch. You'd be walking down the street and be like, excuse me, sir, do you have the time? And he'd be like, why, certainly. And today, because everybody's got a cell phone. And I'm saying, if you're into watches, get a watch and wear it. If you're not into watches, it doesn't matter really as much these days. I used to think that it was essential for a guy to wear a watch. The reason I would say that was because if a guy has a watch on subconsciously, you think that he's punctual, you think that he's responsible. Today, with everybody having cell phones, I say if you want to wear a watch, do it. If you don't, don't. It's really up to you. Next, let's talk about men's neckwear or necklaces. It used to be, back when I was a youngster, the only options that we had as men were pretty much silver or gold chains. You could have a rope chain, you could have a link chain, but all you had, silver and gold chains. Well, today, they're making necklaces out of everything. You've got them silver and wood, you've got them out of rope, out of twine, out of rubber, out of leather. I mean, they're doing amazing things. Like, look at this cool one. It's rubber and metal. Think simple and understated. Don't go over the top with big, gaudy pendants and gold medallions, and keep it simple, guys. But if you find a necklace that you love, I say go for it. Puka shells, not so much. Don't wear a choker either. Chokers are for girls. They are. Next up, earrings. Now, some of you think that I wear big old diamonds. I know how you would think that. I am very luxurious. But I don't. They're simple, little, cheap-ass, silver, snuggy hoops. Where did I get them? I have no idea. Where can you get them? Online. It's really tough to find cool men's earrings in stores these days. They used to have them a lot more at the alternative stores, but it's really tough to come by. Online, though, you can find a zillion different options. Just do a search for men's silver, earrings, jewelry, whatever it may be, and you'll find tons of stuff. I just ordered this little tiny snuggy hoop the other day. It was like $3. Where did I order it? I don't remember. It was one of those places. I did a men's silver hoop search and found it. And last but certainly not least, we can't forget about toe rings. If you're a man and you're actually wearing a toe ring, hand it over. Your guy card, give it here. Only chicks wear toe rings. Fact. And for you women out there who may have stumbled upon this video by accident, if you're actually wearing a toe ring, word on the street, you're easy. We have not addressed nose rings and eyebrow rings. And my assumption is if you're wearing a nose ring, if you're wearing an eyebrow ring, you really don't give a crap what my opinion is. So it doesn't matter. For the record, take that shit out of your face. So okay, in conclusion, jewelry is a great way to express yourself. It is fun to wear, it's fun to look for. When you find a great piece, it's fun to put it on and be like, what's up? It's a pickle. Okay, so that last video, if I had $1 for every comment that was like, Aaron's got chicken legs, I usually get comments, and negative comments, and comments that I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't even pay them any attention. And then this time I'm like, I get that, I'm like, chicken legs? Wait a sec, chicken legs? Dude! Okay, and then I'm like, don't play into it, don't buy into it, don't feed the beast! But chicken legs, I am a firm believer, and you've got to work out the whole body. And it is a pet peeve of mine of guys that have big, massive upper bodies, but they have really, really skinny legs. So I was like, I don't have chicken legs, so I took a picture. The orange underwear, male basics. The quads, squats, and lunges. I don't have huge, massive legs, but they are definitely not chicken legs, in my personal opinion. Maybe they are. I don't know, Quadzilla. You tell me.